Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Um, Praise to be Allah, the Lord of the world, who has given us healthy faith so that we are still given the opportunity to carry out discussion even though they are online. And the Honorable Mr. Udi Samanudi MPD as a lecturer in academic speaking course, as well as friends who are in the Zoom room. And well, today we will have a discussion, and the material we will discuss is critical thinking among university students and digital technologies. And I, Lailatuzzahra, will be the moderator who will lead the discussion to completion. Here, let me introduce the presenter of material that will make this discussion more interesting in the future. They are Aisyah, Ratu Sheilla, Muhammad Arzeto, and Rizki Aulia. And go to shorten the time, let's just start this discussion by reciting Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And this discussion start from myself. I will convey the definition of critical thinking and the important for a student and its relation to digital technologies. Wait. Okay, so the definition of critical thinking for me is the ability to analyze problem, and as a student we can find the problem solving, and also this is the way of thinking deeply and in detail about something. And why this is very important for us, I mean like for a student college, because critical thinking as at the forefront of learning, as it a student reflect and understand their point of view. It will helps a student figure out how to make sense of the word based on personal observation and understanding. And what is the relation of critical thinking with digital technologies? As we know that digital technologies is a tool that everyone can use, one of the media for us to get information more easily, quickly, precisely, and more efficiently. No wonder now people prefer to use technology for activities or helping other jobs. One of them is a student. Now all students are actually required to dig up their own information, look for them, their own material, while the teacher only direct it. Therefore, this digital technology will more easily help students in developing their abilities in critical thinking. One of them is by making the best use of technology, being able to filter information carefully and thoroughly. Okay, so that's all from me. Can you understand from what I have said?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
If everything is clear, we can move on to the next speaker. This is Ratu Sheilla, please.
Okay, so I want to add a definition. Because we're in studies, universities, I think critical thinking is like you can move on from simply disagree to constructively assessing alternative by building on doubts. Not only that, being critical goes beyond describing what you have heard in lectures or what you have read. It involves testing, analysis, and evaluating what you have learned to develop your own argument position. Uh, Critical thinking skill can also make us like understand links between ideas, determine the importance and relevance of arguments and ideas, recognizing both and appreciate argument, identifying inconsistent and errors in reasoning, approach problem consistently and systematically, and reflect on the justification of their own assumption, belief, and fails. I think that's enough for me. But the critical thinkings, I go back to moderator. Is my voice clear?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay, thank you.
it's clear. Okay, thank you, Ratu Sheilla. Hopefully, what has been conveyed can be understood clearly. Yes, and well, next is Rizki Aulia, please.
Okay, thank you. As a college student, I think definition of critical thinking is a character regarding a person's perspective in responding to or solving a problem rationally based on fact and accurate data, starting for identifying a problem, observing, analyzing, evaluating, reflecting, and then making decision. Students who think critical will go deep or decode information and understanding a problem well so that they can make wise decision. Wait. And to critical thinking and digital technologies change how people think, gather, and produce information. So, as a student college, we can make critical thinking is improved uh, technologies, by digital technologies. That's that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Rizki Aulia. It sounds interesting. Yes. Next, Muhammad Arzeto, please.
Thank you, moderator. So for me, I think the critical thinking skill helps me to think through problems and apply the right information when developing solutions. It is also important that the digital age learns to differentiate factual and fake information. So we didn't take all the information we get, but we can filter it or the information carefully so we are not received such as hoax news or stupid information from the media. I guess that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Arzeto. Well, next is the last speaker. Yeah, this is Anis Aisyah. Time is yours.
Okay, thanks to the moderator for giving me time. Okay, now I would like to share my opinion about critical thinking and critical thinking among university students. So, in my opinion, critical thinking is mode of thinking in which we can improve our quality of thinking by skillfully analyzing, assessing, and reconstructing. And I think critical thinking is related to problem solving, like what Ella said earlier. Why I can say that? Because critical thinking is mode of thinking, right? So critical thinker is people who always find the best way or find the best solution for their problems. They always think about the consequences what they will get when they want to decide something. So if you want to know if someone is critical thinking or not, by see how they face an obstacle in any situation, like how they fix the problem, how they handle it. And if we're talking about critical thinking among university students, we can take example from how they manage their time. I think for the example, like if the student is joined an organization, they must have to take responsibility about their job in that organization, right? Also, they have to take responsibility about their college assignments. Like they must know which one is more important. Okay, we can just say that between academic and non-academic must be balanced. Okay, maybe that's it. I turn back to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anis Aisyah. So, well, all the presenters have expressed their opinion, and I'm very grateful to everyone. And finally, we are at the end of the discussion. So, the conclusion of our discussion today is that critical thinking is one of mode of thinking, and critical thinking is very important because it's very useful in our life, especially among university students, because it can improve our quality of thinking. Let's end our discussion today by reciting Alhamdulillah together. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. So thank you for all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.